So today in this first video, what I'm going to focus on is probably the most well-known John McLaughlin chord, and that is the G major 7 sharp 11. First of all, here's what makes up the chord. So if we take G major, G, B, D, and we take this D down a semitone to the C sharp, this is our sharp 11th. So now what we're going to do is add the major 7th, this note here, F sharp. Now to give this extra resonance, I'm going to add the low note of G. Now let's make an arpeggio that outlines this. The next step when you have a chord like this is to look at as many possible variants of it, inversions of it, and different voicings. The first voicing I'm going to do is this one with the C sharp in the bass. Oh, lovely sound. Okay, what you'll notice with this chord is that when we pluck down for the chord, this gives us the upstroke to play with the alternate picking on the solo line. So, also it's important to feel this little finger so that it can just move into position. So it's more of a slide into position. So that happens quite quickly. But it happens once this is comfortable on the fret. I mean, it's a fraction of a second, but it just sort of falls into position. Also, the key element here is to swing this. So it's like, so we might have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we can double time that. Or you could count 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 and da da dee da da dee da da. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and. Here is the next chord voicing. It's the first inversion. We could also make this a root position by adding in the low G note. So, this next chord voicing has a bit of a stretch, but it's a beautiful sound. If we were to add though an A note in the bass, we would then have a nice cadence, and it just shows how you can take one chord and then it can be another chord just by adding one more note or an open string. So for example, so again we have a first inversion, a B, a G, a C sharp and an F sharp. This voicing is probably the most well known. This also sounds really nice with the open E strings. And we have the same voicing here, and we're going to put the C sharp and the G in the bass this time. This time we'll have G, C sharp, F sharp with the open G and B strings. Here's another variation as a first inversion and then add the root note G in. And I'm just adding the note G there in there. Here's another first inversion voicing. Here's another voicing that's quite a wide stretch with some open strings. F sharp, open G, open B and C sharp. Okay, on this lick, what I'm starting with is a B minor arpeggio. I'm going to use the open string in order to play the next arpeggio, which is G major, but it works like an inversion. So when you join it together, it's like chord pairs. So this works nicely because we have the B minor, like a first inversion G major 7, going to a second version G arpeggio, so it works well. And then going down to the C sharp, the sharp 11th, then we can put some chromatic notes in. So we have, and it's just simple two fingers fingering. It works really well for this sort of chromatic stuff, this chromaticism. So as you see in this first ascending part, there's a lot going on, but it's actually quite easy to play because it's literally an arpeggio, open string, and another arpeggio, and a slide down. Now I'm structuring this thinking of A major here, F sharp minor here, and D major here. So for instance, I've got A, now we go to the next part, which is F sharp minor. Again, it's really just a scale and sort of in a pentatonic form. And it's the same thing. Swing it and then play it quicker. Next I'm going to D major, and it's the same thing. It's just pentatonic form really with simple fingering. And a bit of a swing feel. Lastly we have